Come back. So here's another expression that we need to differentiate by the first principle. As you can see, this one looks a bit busy. There's a lot of stuff happening there. So all I can say, this one is not like the others, but it's really not that different after all. If you haven't watched the other videos, at the end of this video, there is a playlist where you can watch from part 1 till this part here, which is part 3. um, that's where I'm differentiating the functions. So at the where x is at the power of 1 and the power of 2, so different uh, functions. But here on this one, I would say pause if you did manage to watch the other videos, the previous videos on differentiating by the first principle. I would say pause and try to do this one, and let's see if you were able to uh, manage to get the answer is the one that I'm gonna get right now. So from first bet, before you do anything here, I would say you need to simplify first, guys. You need to get rid of the brackets. Meaning, how to get rid of those brackets? You need to multiply by that negative 1 over x with everything that is inside the bracket. So let's do it. So let's continue. All right, so we're gonna have f of x. So if we multiply by negative 1 over x to negative 3 to the power negative x to the power of 3, we will be having positive x squared. You guys see, right? Because this 3 minus 1 is going to give us positive 2, and then this is going to be positive. Negative multiplied by negative is positive. And then here, obviously, we're going to have negative, and then we know that we're going to have 4, obviously, but this is going to be x. And then the last one, unfortunately, is going to be plus, or fortunately, 2x. So when it's like this, guys, that's when I can say to you, you can do this problem on your own. You can start to say this is your f of x. So whenever you try to get f of x plus h, try to use the simplified one. Remember, when it's like this, you need to simplify, guys. You cannot just substitute immediately to the formula. So now first let me just write the formula here. So the formula, it goes like this: is f of x prime, which is equaling to limit h approaches 0, and then we have f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. Remember, guys, this formula here, I did mention it, I did talk about it a little on the first part of this playlist, so you can go and watch that part on the icon on top of this video. I always refer you guys to the first videos. The reason why I refer you guys to the first videos is because I explain the basics on the first video. So when it comes to the second videos, third videos, I assume that by then you watch the first video and you understand what is this formula. So the minute they say, though, differentiating by the first principle, you need to use this formula right here, guys. You need to use this formula right here. So now, do not forget, guys, that our f of x here is this one. Rather, use this one as your f of x, meaning we have to substitute it here. So we are fine with that f of x. But what about f of x plus h? So take it from here, guys. Take it from the one that is simplified. So wherever there is x, remember you put x plus h. So let's see if we're gonna able to do it. I hope this space is more than enough. So here we have x squared. Wherever there is x, we put x plus h. But remember, that is x squared, means it's gonna be squared, minus 4x. So wherever there is x, we put x plus h, right? And then this is gonna be plus 2. So when we simplify this one, guys, hopefully this won't take long. I think this is gonna be one of the longest problem that you're going to solve. So remember, you have to expand this x plus h, and then x plus h, then minus 4x minus h, 4h. Yes, this is going to be 4h, and this is going to be plus 2. So we need to simplify or factorize this one. So we say x multiplied by x is going to give us x squared, x multiplied by h is going to give us xh, h multiplied by x is going to give us xh. So when we add those two xh's, we're going to have 2xh, and then we multiply h multiplied by h, and then it's going to give us h squared. So in total, this is going to look like this: minus 4h plus 2. Guys, it happens that f of x plus h to be this long, guys. Okay, as you can see, this f of x plus h is long. The reason why it's longer compared to the previous one is because now we have this x here. This 4 is multiplied by x, so it's gonna make it a bit longer. Remember when we multiply here. Okay. All right, guys, let's continue. So our formula, let's write it here: f of x prime. Remember, f of x prime, basically it means that we are differentiating. So when we use this formula, we are differentiating by the first principle. So let me just draw a line here, guys. I think this line is going to be this long. I have a strong feeling, because look at our f of x there plus h. It's very long. So you substitute x squared, because this is your, oh, by the way, this is your f of x plus h. So there it is here. You have to substitute it there, guys. Okay, so it's going to be x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 4x minus 4h, and then plus 2. Now let's not forget we have a negative here, so it is a minus. And then remember, I always tell you guys, you put f of x inside the bracket. So f of x, remember, we take the one that is simplified here. This is going to be x squared minus 4x plus 2x. So all this is divided by h. Right, this is a bit long, guys. I hope you can able to follow through, guys, and I hope my computer, it won't start as we continue. There's a tendency of getting stuck. Right, let's continue. F of x prime. Okay, now limits, and then h approaches 0. So you have to write this one here, the ones that are outside the bracket, as they are. So let's write them: x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 4x minus 4h plus 2. So remember, we need to get rid of this bracket, so we multiply by this negative here. It's going to be negative x squared minus, or in fact this is going to be plus, negative multiplied by negative, so it's going to be plus 4x, and then this is going to be minus 2, all this over h. Remember, guys, what did I say about this? I said to you, if you did it the right way, the like terms which they are not affiliated with h, they will cancel each other. For example, we have x squared here. This x squared is going to be minus with a negative x squared, and which one, we have negative 4x, is going to be cancelling with the positive 4x here. We also have 2, which is going to be cancelling with negative 2. So what is it that we are left with? Let's write prime x, and then now we have limit, and then h approaches 0. Remember, guys, if you did the right thing, whatever that is left in the numerator should be multiplied with h at some point, or it should be left with h. So we have 2xh, as you can see, plus h squared and minus 4h, all this divided by h. As you can see, all the terms that are left on the numerator, they are multiplied with h at some point, or they have h. So guys, Be very very careful when you do this. Now the next step now is to take out the common factor. Let's take out the common factor. So if h is approaching 0, so we need to take out the common factor in the numerator. Remember, we have how many terms? 1, 2, 3, and they all have h. So if we take out the common factor, the first term is going to be left with 2x, the second term is going to be left with positive h, and then the third term is going to be left with 4, and this is divided by h. So as you can see, h and h, when they divide, they're going to give you 1, and multiply by everything. The only thing that you're going to be left with there now is going to be let's say limits h approaches 0. So you're going to be left with 2x plus h minus 4. So what is the next step now from here? So the next step is to substitute h. Remember, h is approaching 0. The minute you start to substitute, the limit and the x approaching 0, they all fall out now. So here you're gonna have 2x. Wherever there is h, you put negative 0. I mean, you put 0, by the way, because h is approaching 0, minus 4, and then what you have is gonna be 2x minus 4. So that, my friends, is our answer. I hope you guys understood, and if it so happened that you didn't understand, please rewatch this video, because this is a bit long, and this type of a problem, it needed you guys to actually simplify it first before you do it. So if you didn't simplify it, it was gonna give you a serious problem. Guys, do not forget to like if this video really helped you out, and comment if you have anything to say or you want to add. And also, if it really helped you, again, subscribe to the channel, guys. More videos are coming about this principles and more other math stuff. I also made videos on other chapters like trigonometry, limits, and binomial theorem. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Till next time, cheers.